I love reading books that gives me helpful life advice, and I'm very excited to share the 10 takeaways after reading How Will You Measure Your Life. What truly inspires me about this book is how it provides perspectives and a framework that allow me to view life as a long journey. It made me reflect on what it really takes to build a more fulfilling life. Hello everyone, I'm Serena and welcome back to my channel where I share reflections, lessons, and tips to help you find balance and grow with purpose. How Will You Measure Your Life is the first book I read in 2025. Its author is Clayton Christensen. It is a very sincere and practical life guidebook with a lot of business case study examples as demonstrations to the life theories he summarized after each case. Throughout the read, I found myself sometimes got bored by the weight on the business stories, but after every time I complete a session, I always find the great value after seeing how the author related back to the real life. The author comes from the business and academic background, so I can totally see the reason why he uses lots of business cases. I love reading books that gives me helpful life advice, and I'm very excited to share the 10 takeaways after reading How Will You Measure Your Life. One of the most profound concepts is the idea of resource allocation and prioritization. In the business world, companies often talk about their strategy, but the real story is told by how they actually allocate resources, including time, money, and energy. The same principle applies to our personal lives. We can talk about our goals all day, but if we are not spending our time, money, and energy where it truly counts, we are not moving towards what we really want. Life's long term success doesn't happen by default, it happens through thoughtful and intentional resource distribution. Next takeaway is about setting dynamic goals and values at different stages of your life. Life is not static, and as we move through various phases, whether focusing on career, family, or personal growth, our priorities and values naturally shift. What matters most today might not be what will matter 10 years from now. For example, when you're at your 20s and 30s, career success is definitely a big part of your priorities. However, when you enter your 40s, 50s, family, children, and health takes more significant portion. That's why it's so important to constantly reassess and align our goals with who we are at each stage of life. Success is not a one-size-fits-all concept, and it should not be measured by a single standard. Instead, it's about adapting to our growth and evolving values. As we work toward our goals, we should stay flexible and embrace unexpected changes too. Life is full of randomness and can throw us off track. However, sometimes when we think when something will not work out, will work out in the end. Things we see as bad luck can turn out to be great opportunity. This is the serendipity about life, and I always believe that those unexpected changes, no matter good or bad, are signs for us to transform to a better person and lead to greater fulfillments. The author also emphasized that we use a more holistic measurements to measure success, where he points out the significance of cultivating inner peace, personal growth, and nurturing deep, meaningful relationships along the way. Creating and maintaining meaningful relationships is something we all need to pause and reflect on. Often we get caught up in work, building empires, and the constant hustle, but at the end of the day, it's our relationships with family, friends, and loved ones that truly define our happiness. Building these deep connections takes time and intentional effort. It's about giving love and receiving it, and not letting other distractions taking away our energy. In the grand scheme of life, it's not the number of hours we spend at the office that matters, it's the quality of the relationship we nurture outside of work. The author also reminds us of the importance of thinking long term, rather than falling into the temptation of short term gains. What might seem like an easy, rewarding choice today often doesn't align with our deeper needs in the future. Life has a way of showing us what's fleeting or shallow, teaching us that chasing instant gratification can lead to regret. Christensen encourages us to adopt a long-term perspective when making decisions, and I completely resonate with this. I've also touched on long-termism in a previous video, which you can watch here. Long-termism isn't about denying ourselves joy in the present, but rather cultivating a mindset that prioritizes meaningful fulfillment and the greater good. Then there's the concept of avoiding default assumptions, those unwritten rules or societal expectations that don't serve our true purpose. These are the things we often give too much importance to, like external approval, social norms, the pressure to meet certain milestones, or the conditioning we receive early in life, all of which can prevent us from expressing our true selves and embracing our authentic identity. Christensen urges us to identify and let go of these default assumptions so we can focus on what really matters. To break from default assumptions takes self awareness and courage of proactive choices. Too often, we let external circumstances dictate our decisions, losing sight of our true desires. By becoming more self aware and understanding our motivations, we can take charge of our own lives. This proactive approach helps us make choices that align with who we really are and not others expect us to be. It reduces inner conflict and anxiety, allowing us to steer our lives in the direction we genuinely want. As we grow and become more established, one of the most valuable things we can pass on to the next generation is family culture. A supportive and harmonious family environment is not just emotional comforting, it forms the foundation for our values, responsibility, and long term vision. By nurturing a strong family culture, setting common goals, and balancing work and family, we create a legacy that benefits both ourselves and future generations. And finally, the importance of moral decision making. In the book, Christensen talks about the dangers of compromising our values, pointing to examples of people who, despite their earlier success, lost everything due to unethical decisions. Upholding our integrity and sticking to our moral compass is essential not just to avoid negative consequences, but to live a life that we can be proud of. The right choices made from a place of moral clarity will always lead to a more meaningful life. How you measure your life is a powerful guide for anyone seeking to build a more meaningful life. For high achievers, whether entrepreneurs or creators, this book provides a practical framework for focusing on what truly matters at each stage of your journey. Through its insights, you'll learn to align your goals with your values and make choices that lead to lasting fulfillment. If you're seeking clarity on navigating life's complexities, I wholeheartedly recommend this book to you. If you found this video valuable, please share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear about other books that have deeply impacted you. And don't forget to subscribe for more reflections on living with purpose. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!